the -2 deduction, I'd say is, you know how they say keep Austin weird? It's a little weird out here for me, so that's why. I'd say a lot of the interactions are weird.
Would you say that this is a weird interaction?
I mean,
you can be honest.
A little bit, but
right.
you know, after a long day of studying, I don't really mind.
Today we're at UT Austin and we're asking the people, what do they think of Austin as a city? But there's a catch. For half of the people, we're first going to say something good about Austin. And for the other half, we're first going to say something bad. And we want to know, does that have an effect on their rating? Hello. Would you have time to answer a quick question?
If it's quick?
It's very quick. So I'm a huge fan of Austin. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities over here. Everything's in walking distance. I feel really safe. So I want to know from you, out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I'd rate it an 8.
An 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
All right. Why?
It's a little dirty, a little stinky, and I think that the community, like, I don't know how it was before, but I feel like the city could always improve, could always get stronger.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much.
And expensive. It is expensive.
It's expensive?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I'm not a huge fan of Austin. It gets so hot here. The public transportation is terrible. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even feel safe at night. So
like walking around?
Yeah. Like there's so many like weird people, you know?
Really?
You don't know what they're gonna do. So my question for you is, out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
I don't, like a 7?
A 7?
A 7, yeah.
All right, why a 7?
Honestly, it's not even about the city itself. I just like am more independent here. Like I'm not living under my like parents' roof. So that's why I like it. Just like the freedom and independence.
All right.
Honestly, like concert culture. I love going to concerts and I can't really do that back home.
I'm a huge fan of Austin. There's a lot of opportunities over here.
Yeah.
I feel very safe. So yeah, I'm just asking people what they think of Austin. So if you had to rate Austin out of 10, how would you rate it?
Well, I agree. I really like living here as a student, especially like living through UT. There's a lot of really positive resources for us as students. So probably like an 8.5 or a 9.
8.5 or 9?
Where are you from?
In Antarctica.
I lived in
Antarctica.
Oh.
I grew up overseas.
Oh.
I miss it, but that's one of the things that I love about Austin is lots of trees and really nice nature that I miss.
And my opinion of Austin is that I just don't like it so much because it gets so hot around here. Like public transport is terrible. And then at night I don't feel very safe, like in the downtown area. So just a question, how would you rate Austin out of 10?
So I've only been here for a month, but and I haven't really explored any area outside of just this campus, but so I don't really have much of a strong opinion. But like on campus I'd say it's like a good 7. Like everything's a walkable distance. There are restaurants over there that are good, and yeah, I had a fine experience right now. It is a bit hot, but we're in Texas, so that's kind of expected.
Sorry to interject, but as you may have noticed, for the first 2 pairs of people, when I framed the question positively, their rating was actually higher. So from now on, after every pair, I'll show you all ratings we've had so far in green and red, and the dotted lines are the average of all positive and negative framing values, respectively. At the end of the video, I'll analyze the significance of all of this. All right, back to the video. Public transport is really good. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I don't know if I'd be a very good person to ask. I've been here for like a month. So far I'd say an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I mean nothing to bring it down, nothing to pull it up to like the 90s or give it a full 10. So
all right.
I'll have to spend more time here though.
All right, where are you from then?
Vegas.
Vegas, oh interesting. I'm just not a fan, so I want to know, out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I would rate Austin a 6 or 7, because personally, like, I'm not a fan of the public transportation, but I do love the vibe of the city.
All right.
It's my favorite place in Texas. It has a really unique culture.
Yep.
But I will say the heat and the transportation can be a little bit typical.
I'm a huge fan of Austin. There's a lot of opportunity around here. The food is great. Large parts of the city are very walkable. So yeah, I just want to know what your rating out of 10 would be for Austin.
As a city as a whole,
Yeah, as a whole.
I'd give it a 10.
A 10?
Yes. for
Why is
sure.
that?
I think it's the best place to be as a young entrepreneur in Austin. It's got a great university campus in
Yeah.
UT Austin. It's a tech capital of the world. It's a fast-growing business capital of the country.
All right.
So yeah, I just think it checks every box. It has the weather. It has the activity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what's your business on? What's your business?
I'm a student, but I'm just saying for future references,
Yeah.
there's plenty of opportunities for internships and connections to make for the future.
I'm not from Austin, but I'm not a fan of Austin. I feel like I'm not a fan. It's super hot around here.
Yeah, I agree with
Public
that.
transportation is terrible.
Kinda sucks, yeah.
And yeah, I don't really feel safe in the downtown area at night.
I don't really
So
blame you for that one.
I'm not a fan. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
In comparison to places I've lived or on its own in a vacuum?
Overall,
Overall, I'd probably give it a 5 or a 6.
a 5 or a 6?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Frankly, it's, from what I've gathered, it's safer in Houston. It's less hot than Houston. Generally, the people here are more amicable.
Yep.
It's easier to talk to people on the street.
Yep.
Public transport is a little bit better in Houston.
Yep.
So I'll give it that, but that's about it.
I'm a huge fan of Austin because there's a lot of opportunity around here. The food is great, the weather is great. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say. So I just want to know from you, out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
I would say it's probably a 9 out of 10. I love it, but I think there's a lot of people here and traffic can get really bad. I think every city has its downsides, but
Yep.
I love Austin, so yeah.
All right. I'm pretty new to Austin, but I'm not such a fan because the weather is way too hot around here.
Okay.
A lot of the city is not walkable. Like you need public transport, and that isn't very good at all. In the downtown area, it doesn't feel very safe. So yeah, I'm just not such a fan. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
Okay. Personally, I think I would keep Austin at 8.
8?
Yeah.
All right. Why is that?
Yeah, because of some of the reasons you've mentioned,
Yeah.
especially the transportation nature of the city. Like
Yeah.
Austin will force you to get a car even if you don't need it, or even if you think you shouldn't get it right now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that is a major challenge for me. But every other thing is cool. Though the weather is hot, well, I mean, at least I can manage it. That's
Yeah.
fine. So primarily is the nature. Austin not being walkable is just one major thing for turn off for me, kind of. So that's why I'm putting it at 8. But every other thing seems pretty cool.
I'm not from Austin, but I'm a huge fan of Austin.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of opportunities around here. The weather is great. The food is amazing. I don't think there are any downsides to Austin. So I want to ask from you, how would you rate Austin out of 10 as a city?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Austin like a solid 8.
An 8?
8 out of 10. I'm from Dallas, so we have a lot of good restaurants there. I would say the food here is pretty subpar compared.
All right.
And then the driving as well is kind of
Okay,
tricky.
I've heard that as well, yeah.
With the pedestrians and the students and then all the one-way streets. But
Yeah.
other than that, I love it here.
Oh.
Like I'm from their public transportation is so
we're
much
in
better.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best you're going to get around here. I'm from Fort Worth. It's even less walkable.
Okay.
I like the public transportation we have here, I think is great, but it's just
Yeah.
because I'm from somewhere where it's horrible.
Okay. But how would you rate Austin as a city out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Easily like a 9.
A
It's
9?
pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. So yeah, what we're doing here is that first, for some people, we're going to be praising Austin, saying
Sure,
very
yeah.
good things about it, and for other people, we're going to be saying bad things about it.
Yeah.
And we want to see what effect that then has on your answer. Like
Yeah.
if we would have first been praising Austin, would you have said 10 maybe or no?
No, I probably would have like went it a little less. Like definitely because you said like you're from
Antarctica.
I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, you can't be hating on Austin and you're from
Antarctica.
That's not my actual opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's cool. I don't like it as much as I thought I would, but
Yep.
it's pretty cool. I like it.
All right.
But it's definitely an 8. Like
All right.
we talk real talk, it's definitely an 8.
Real talk, an 8?
An 8.
All right. Okay.
Is that it?
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
The weather's great. The food is amazing. So I just want to know from you, out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I'd say Austin is probably 9.5. And that
9.5.
0.5 is just because it's in Texas.
Okay. Interesting. All right. And yeah, so you're a huge fan of the city.
I love cities in general, and Austin is one of the cityest cities.
Yeah. Are you from here yourself?
So I live in Lakeway, which is about 30 to 40 minutes from like the downtown area of
Yeah.
Austin.
So I'm not from Austin, but
All right.
I'm not a fan because it gets so hot. Like it's what during the summer above 100 Fahrenheit. Public transportation is bad. At night, I don't really feel safe in the downtown area. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
10.
10?
Maybe 9.
9?
Yeah.
Why 9?
I think, I mean, you're talking to me about like the heat problems and all that. I mean, Barton Springs is, what, 10 minutes away?
Yep.
It's pretty nice.
Yep.
I don't think there's another like perfect place to go refresh yourself,
Yep.
go back to class.
Yep.
Public transportation, I mean, UT is a massive school, right? It's one of the biggest public schools. You can also always make a friend, you know,
Yeah,
a couple
sure.
of them. They might not have a car. They might know somebody who have a car.
Yeah.
Ask for a ride.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty nice in Austin.
All right.
And then, I mean, the other one was the last one.
I don't feel safe at night in the downtown area.
I mean, you don't have to go to downtown at all. There's always, I mean, big organizations here at UT where you can always go out safe with a couple people.
Yep.
Y'all can help each other and
Yep.
don't leave alone. Don't be alone.
The weather is great here. There's a lot of awesome opportunities. Like the food is amazing as well. So I just want to know, out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
Shoot, out of 10. I might be biased because I'm from here,
Yeah.
but I'd say an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Why is that?
The weather's kind of annoying, and then also the traffic's annoying too.
Yep.
And I wish it was a little bit more culturally diverse outside of West Campus or like the UT area. 'Cause,
Yep.
like once you move outwards, it's kind of like homogenous. For
Okay.
lack of a better
All right,
term.
okay.
But other than that, like I like it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else for undergrad. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about Austin as a city. I'm not a huge fan of Austin, to be honest. I'm not from here, but I find it way too hot here. I think the public transportation is pretty bad, and the city isn't very walkable.
I agree.
Yeah. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
A 3.
A 3.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that?
I feel like Austin doesn't really have a culture. It's very gentrified. I feel like it's overcrowded,
All right.
overhyped, definitely very hot.
Yep.
And there's definitely better cities in Texas.
Like which ones?
Houston. Houston's
Houston?
a big city, and it's coming up. It's very culturally diverse, has a lot of opportunities. I feel like because Austin just has, of course, the capital here is the capital of Texas. It has such a good name to it that most people come here with the expectations that they're going to like have all these opportunities and stuff. But it's really, I don't know, I feel like it's overrated.
Overrated. Okay. Interesting. And what city are you from?
I'm from Killeen, Texas, so I'm from like an hour away from here.
All right. And do you prefer over there or over here?
Neither.
Neither?
I didn't really come from a city, so
Yeah.
getting adjusted to this city life is kind of overwhelming.
The food is amazing. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
No, I'd rate Austin like an 8.
An 8?
You know, there's a lot of nature out here, but
Yeah.
if you want to spend some time in the city or see some buildings, you can just go downtown or kind of
Yeah.
go around West Campus. And so
All right.
I think it's the best of both worlds. But the -2 deduction, I'd say, is, you know how they say keep Austin weird? It's a
Yeah.
little weird out here for me, so that's why
Okay.
I'd keep it at
The
8.
people are weird or what?
I wouldn't say the people are weird. I'd say a lot of the interactions are weird. I feel like
Uh-huh.
maybe people in Austin are going through a lot of things. There's a lot of different things going on here, so
Yep.
maybe it influences their interactions a little
All
bit.
right. Would you say that this is a weird interaction?
I mean,
You can be honest.
A little bit,
All
but
right.
you know, after a long day of studying, I don't really mind.
All right. I'm also new to the city myself, but so far I don't really have a great impression of it because, first of all, it's so hot that makes it pretty unbearable for me. The public transportation is kind of bad. It's not a very walkable city. Yeah, I don't know. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
I give it a solid 7 out of 10 right now.
A 7?
I think it's the people here more.
The people?
But if you're looking at the actual city, I think your points are
Yeah.
valid.
All right. I'm a huge fan of the city. Like, there's a lot of opportunity around here. I feel like huge parts of the city are just in walking distance. The food is great as well. The weather is amazing. So yeah, out of 10, how would you rate Austin as a city?
I would give it a 9. I feel like
A
it's
9?
very walkable, and I appreciate that because like where I come from, it was not very walkable. You had to
Yep.
drive to even get anywhere remotely,
Yep.
relevant. But here in Austin, it's like everything is in like remotely the same area, so you can
Yeah.
just walk or take a bus.
Yeah. And where are you from?
I'm from like south of Houston, but it's like a small town,
Okay.
so like, you know, you had to actually drive about like 30, 40 minutes just
Yep.
to go anywhere.
I can't lie, I'm not a fan. Like the heat gets so overwhelming sometimes. The public transportation, it's not great at all. Yeah, I don't know. And sometimes in the downtown area, I don't feel very safe walking at night. So I'm not a fan of the city, but what do you think? Out of 10, how much would you rate it?
I'd rate Austin about an 8.
An 8? Why is that?
I think it's got a good culture. It's a fun city. It's very walkable.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there are definitely some issues. The safety is an issue, but overall, it's a good place to live.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of people going to it because they enjoy living there.
I'm actually a huge fan of Austin. Like I just moved here 2 weeks ago, but I think this is a place with a lot of opportunities. The weather is great. The food is amazing. It's a very walkable city as well. So what do you think? Out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I've been here about 2 weeks also.
Oh.
I think coming from where I've came, it's a real upgrade.
Yeah.
So I think it's about probably a 9 or 10 in my opinion.
A 9 or
too.
10.
Like, I love the rivers, the
Yeah,
lakes.
true as well.
I lived in San Marcos last year, so like
San Marcos, where's that?
So about 30 minutes south of here.
Okay.
So real nice little other college town.
Yeah.
But I think just like the environment's the same. Like I love seeing little wildlife. Like
Yeah.
last night I was walking, I saw like a bunny rabbit just
Oh,
wrapping around,
okay.
like hopping around.
All right.
I thought it was really awesome.
I can't lie, I'm not a fan of the city because it just gets so hot. It's overwhelming for me, and I feel like the public transportation is not good at all. It takes ages to get everywhere because of it, and it's not the most walkable of cities. Yeah, I don't know. Out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
Well, I'm from San Antonio, so not that far away. In terms of the heat, it doesn't really bother me. In terms of transportation, I have noticed that I haven't used the bus system yet, but
Yeah.
if you're trying to get somewhere, it'll be like a 5-minute Uber, but a 30-minute walk, so that's definitely not very convenient,
Yeah.
especially being like a college
Yeah.
city. I'd probably rate it maybe like a 7.
A 7?
Because also being from San Antonio, I'm from a more like rural area, so I feel like there's also a lack of, you know, more like I guess green areas here, which that's like a personal preference, but it's just it doesn't feel very homey. Like I feel like some places, especially like college towns, like are made to feel like more welcoming.
Yep.
I feel like Austin, like the way it's structured and the way it's so city oriented, UT's kind of like thrown in there.
Okay.
And then the rest, like it's not cohesive. Like
All
UT's
right.
like its own little thing, and then it's the city, but they don't go hand in hand.
There's a lot of opportunity out here. The weather's great, the food is great. Like you can just go to the river to enjoy a nice time. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So out of 10, how would you rate Austin?
I think Austin's like a solid 8. There's
An 8?
like decent public transportation.
Yeah.
You can walk like the majority of the areas, especially since I'm on campus. It's
Yep.
like a lot of the places are like walkable. It's pretty nice. in that
Yep.
way.
All right, 8 out of 10. And why not a 10?
10 would be like they have really good food. I'm not gonna lie, but a 10 would be like better public transportation, more representation in our state government.
Okay.
Something like that.
I recently moved to Austin like 2 weeks ago, but I can't lie, I'm not a fan of the city because the heat gets so overwhelming sometimes. It's not very walkable in some areas, and I feel like the public transportation is not good. Yeah, so I'm just not very convinced of it. So out of 10, how much would you rate Austin?
Honestly, I would say an 8. I've
An 8?
lived here for, I guess, about 3 years now.
Okay.
And I totally understand all that perspective, like someone just fresh moving in, but like when I compare it to where I'm from,
Yep.
like the fact there is public transport is like
Yep.
completely new to me.
Oh. Where are you from then?
Dallas, the Dallas area.
There's no public transport.
Not good. Not as accessible as it is in Austin.
Okay.
I can see if you came from some place that has good.
Yeah.
And also, like, this is much more walkable than where I'm used to. So,
Okay.
comparatively, maybe I
Yep.
like it a bit more, but
All right,
that's
okay.
about it.
Fair enough. All right, thank you. Okay, so now it's actually time to analyze our results. We would like to know whether framing the question in a positive or negative manner had a significant effect on the results. And we'll be using the statistical software R for that. So overall, the city of Austin was rated to be a 7.86 out of 10, which is a pretty decent result. And if we look at the means of the positive and negative framing responses, we get 8.65 and 7.08, a difference of 1.5 points, which is a lot. If we look at the progression of the results over time, we see that only one time is the score of negative framing actually greater than the score of positive framing. Twice they're equal and 9 times the positive one is greater. But it's always possible that we just got lucky, you know? Maybe just by chance the ratings are higher on average. For example, if we would have just stopped after 2 people, so where the first result was a positive 8 and the second a negative 7, who knows? We may have just been lucky with those 2 results. So how do we know if we got lucky or not? Well, there's actually a statistical tool that can help us. The t-test. So the t-test is a statistical test used to test whether the difference between the response of 2 groups is statistically significant or not. It analyzes how far the group means are away from each other and also incorporates the standard deviations of them. The p-value of the t-test essentially tells us how sure we can be that the groups are different based on distributions. So if the p-value is below 0.05, we can say with a 95% certainty that the groups are significantly different. So we can be pretty sure that there's a framing effect if the p-value is below 0.05. Now if we carry out the t-test, we get a p-value of 0.008954, which is a lot smaller than 0.05. So the 2 groups are statistically significant and framing actually had an effect on the score they gave Austin out of 10. Also, if we plot the p-values over time, so as we just kept obtaining data and went on, we see that from the 3rd pair already, we had statistical significance. After the 1st pair, we don't have a value for the t-test, and that's because it requires a standard deviation, so we need at least 2 elements in each vector. And we actually almost lost it when Sebastian said 9.5 with negative framing. I don't feel safe in the downtown area.
I mean, you don't have to go to downtown at all.
But then we won it again and the p-value kept decreasing, which was good. So why does the framing effect even work? It's because people don't make decisions objectively, but rather there's also a large social component within that as well. It's really difficult to completely go against what someone just said, so people often tame their opinion to try to not displease the other person. And also I did actually give them a few points about the city, whether positive or negative. So the points that I just gave them, they weigh more compared to the other points that they may have thought of throughout their entire lives, just due to recency bias. We also interviewed 6 guys and 6 girls in each of the groups to see if gender would play a role as well in the rating they gave of Austin, or if guys or girls were more susceptible to my framing. So on average, guys are a little more positive than girls when it comes to Austin, as it seems. But to deem if this is actually significant, we can use analysis of variance. I won't go into any detail about what any of this actually means, but the output that we get is that the framing has a significant effect on the rating, so as we saw it before, but gender does not. And the interaction term, so framing : gender, means that guys and girls also do not differ in their susceptibility to framing, as the p-value is not significant. Of course, this might hold true in general, but our sample size is pretty small. And also, overall, the standard deviation is a lot higher in the negative group than in the positive group. This could be because a positive framing is less controversial and people aren't as emotionally affected by it. However, negative information typically evokes stronger emotion in people, so results are more polarizing. We had one extremely negative response, and also people that simply disagreed with the points that I made to give surprisingly high values. So, overall, just keep this in mind the next time you answer a question for someone who has a strong opinion about something, because it could sway your answer. Alright then, hope you guys enjoyed and see you in the next one.